Alright guys, thanks for tuning in to iCup TV. It'll be your epic and awesome caster Fitz here, and you guys are tuning to D-Rank's individual tournament actually happening around May 2012-ish, and this is going to be Group G rounds of 32 here, and the map will be Fighting Spirit, and spawning the top left it'll be GuyGun, which I've done a couple of casts of him so far, around two GuyGun versus Fabiano probably about a month ago in April. And then spotting the bottom left, it will be the Teal Protoss Squishy, which I really don't know much about either of these players. The one thing that notes out about GuyGun here, he likes to go for that that timing push off of one base with one factory and with around 5 or 6 Marines. You know, when you get either you normally get Spider-Man, try to do as much damage. But I'll be interested if that's what he's going to be doing there. I've only seen 1 or 2 of these games before between GuyGun, but they were both TVPs, and that's the opening that he has gone in the past. So I wouldn't put it behind him in this game. But maybe that month of play has changed this up significantly, and yeah. So I don't know how exactly this round of 32 works specifically. It might be like different matchups between different players, but I'll have to go do my research on this tournament. While these players are undergoing their specific build orders, you have a standard ramp, so your main is on the high ground, your natural's on the low ground. You have a pretty easy secure natural, and then what happens a lot of time, you might see a lot of 2-base play, but then when their army is significant enough, they can push out all over this ramp, which pretty much gives them free way to take their third, because the only thing that can really affect their third is this one little ramp, but that's very easy to wall off with supply depots, bunkers, sunkens, evo chambers, etc. But we're not even going to see sunkens or evo chambers because there's no Zerg in this matchup, and that pretty much concludes this map here. I mean, there is a center base, but otherwise there's no really other geographical things that really make TVP really that much different. So I did forget to get up the APMs of this game, so I'm sorry about that. And I don't really know much about the statistics of either of these players here, because last time I've tried to go through non-iCup run tournaments, it's very, very hard to pick up these accounts of people with their statistics on them. And I'm sorry, like I really like to do that, but we're not going to see that. But we did see it looks like a blind expand actually coming out of Squishy here, and knowing the build order that might be coming out of GuyGun here, that might just be completely. That's going to be horrible if he's going to go for this kind of build. I mean, he did. Keep in mind though, GuyGun, if you guys go back and look, if you're just searching GuyGun, that's what I did in my own video, and there goes down the factory here. We're going to be seeing that one base timing push here, and what we saw with that is he did it on Circuit Breaker. Across position against Fabio. I mean, it didn't win the game, but this could win the game here. I mean, Rush it, keep in mind, it's fairly long here, finally getting the gas here, but now the Cybercore is going to be significantly delayed. He even put down 2 gateways in response to this, which Zeld's very good against tanks and Marines, so it's going to have to come down to the positioning and the micro that GuyGun can do. Now, keep in mind, this is D ranks, very similar to that. So we're not going to be seeing super high micro skills, but the fact of the matter is that micro might not be that super strong against for either player, but we'll have to see though. D-rank players are fairly good, did much better than I am. I'm E-rank, so you don't really see a lot of E-rank tournaments going on because there's very, very few of us. But yeah, so we're gonna be seeing this push, and I think if GuyGun doesn't win this game outright, then he'll lose. If he's able to do a lot of damage, if he's able to at least cancel the to stop this Nexus from continuing to mine here, this push will pay for itself here, and then he can take the natural, and then this can go in for macro style. But we're going to be seeing spider mines, and this push will be commencing fairly shortly. That tank is about 1/4 the way done here, around 4 minutes in the game so far, and just starting to get up goon range. No goons are out yet, but keep in mind though, tanks will outrange any kind of goons that are out, and getting a nice little scout out as well right here. This may or may not tell GuyGun to go for it. I don't exactly know, but we'll have to see here. And the Zealot does get picked off though, and you know, may not want to have that happen in the next game if this game does go into another game. But you want to try to keep your scaling SCV for as long as you can, which tends to be alive. Ooh, oh, this is gonna be bad. He's going for Robo Attack. He doesn't know this is coming. He doesn't have a probe out there. Does he have a forge? Please tell me he has a forge. He doesn't have a forge. This is what I'm worried about. He went He's going to. He has their Dragoons. Oh, this is going to look very bad for a Squishy right here. And I think Squishy may just get squished, and we're going to go into game number 2 here. Whatever kind of the things that he's going for all in. This is even getting 3 SCVs here. SCVs are going to block those Zells right there, and they're taking a lot more damage. SCVs, very nice Mega coming out of GuyGun right here, and both those Zells have completely melted right there. Probes are trying to get in there, so all the probes are pretty much melting. There's a GG by Squishy there. And wow, that push did a lot more damage than it was supposed to, but that's what we see. GuyGun likes to go for this, you know, at least in TVP, for example, he likes to go that timing push with 5 Marines and a tank. Now, if you know that, you can go, how do you say this? Sorry, I was just reading a text message at the same time. I completely lost my train of thought here. But what we see here, if you're able to analyze players like GuyGun, for example, I mean, all I did was, I mean, for tournaments like this, I'm surprised a lot of players may or may not go look at their opponents beforehand. I mean, if you just go on the iCup YouTube, just search in the player's name, you're gonna find reps of those players right here. So, you know, with this amount of cash you can utilize that to your potential here. Then you're gonna be able to do such mind games and etc. right here. And if I was playing against this, I mean, I might not do this, but if I was playing GuyGun here, and if I'm a Protoss player, I'm not gonna go blind expand because I mean, the 2 games I've seen of him in the TVP that he's done, he's gone for the timing pusher. Now, it would have looked differently if he had Dragoons, if he utilized and it would have looked different if GuyGun did put those 3 SCVs in there. But he did go. GuyGun went for definitely more of an all-in style. Might have been able to recuperate, but what the game would have looked like is that natural would have fallen. He may have not been able to push up there, but he might have gotten siege mode eventually and putting down an expansion. Probably wouldn't looked, and Squishy was probably just better off to GG out anyway. But without further ado, anyway, for fits of the game here, Squishy, I think, you know, you can utilize the resources that you have, but I mean, just from the in-game point, taking a blind expand is never a great idea because this can happen. This can happen. But if you knew what GuyGun was going to do, you know, that could be another option. But if you get past that, blind expand was iffy, and you know, it's risky. It's a risk versus reward thing. If you get away with it, it's really, really good because that means you get your expand that much faster. And you know, that's the problem. You just lost this game, which is interesting that you would do that in a tournament match. But hey, you did it anyway, so it was interesting enough. But he went for a blind expand. The other thing you want to do is you went to blind expand plus Robotech. That's concerning, because now you have absolutely... The Terran has scouted you, they saw that you went for a blind expand or a fast expand anyway, and yet you went for teching out. So, in a way, you kind of put yourself in a... You don't want to do both those things. You don't want to tech and fast expand. If you're going to fast expand, you want to push out units. See, that's when you normally want to do a 2-base timing push, is when you fast expand. Most of the time. Unless both players are going for a macro style, then you can get away with teching. But if you really have no idea what the Terrans off of 1 base, most of the time, if they're tight walling off against the Protoss, that mostly means, and you see no expand, that mostly means they're going for a timing push off of 1 base, either i.e. Wraith, or kind of whatever drop play, or a drop. I mean, you can see Marine drop, you can see this timing push with 1 factory, 1 barracks, and you can see Wraith, I've seen occasionally, but very rare. But regardless, guys, thanks for watching iCup TV. We'll be going to game number 2 of this Group G, round of 32, on D-Rank's individual tournament. Thanks, guys, for watching, and have a nice day. Peace.